Good day, everyone, and wish you nothing but peace and happiness wherever you are. And I want to get right into this topic here. We're talking about the devil is in the details and helping you recognize who genuine people are, who the genuine people are in your life. You know, the saying "the devil is in the details" is actually very old, and it's an idiom. It comes from something that means basically our inability to recognize and examine details in events lead to trouble. They lead to problems. And one of those things that I've seen in life, and I'm sure you've experienced this as well, when you really look back at it and think about it, is the fact that people that I let get close to me, people that I believed I could trust, people that I may have had some type of confidence in, ended up being the exact opposite of what I thought they were. And a large part of that was from my inexperience and unknowing how to identify exactly who these people were. So when we say something like the devil's in the details, I want to discuss how that applies to something like a forgery. When you think of a forgery, let's say a painting, work of art, or a writing that's ancient, that has a lot of value, or perceived value, because you say, okay, this is something that's ancient, something that maybe is timeless, a classic, and you want to be able to know that, hey, that you're getting the genuine thing. You're getting the genuine painting or the genuine writing, right? But there's a reason why people like document examiners exist. There's a reason why that there's people that can recognize genuine paintings, okay? Because there are people in the world that will try to pass off a forgery. And they're doing so that they could profit. They can make money off of that thing that they're trying to pass off, right? And when you consider that, though, these document examiners, the way that they're able to recognize a forged instrument is that they have to go so deep in the details of the painting or of the writing and really examine and think about this. This painting or this writing has come in contact with them. They're now in close contact with this, so that they have the ability to examine it. It's not like someone told them about something and they're describing over the phone what this item is and whether they think it's a forgery or not. No, the item is in their presence, so they have the ability to look at it, examine it, and see whether or not that thing is genuine. And the way that they do it is they have to really go through it like a fine-tooth comb. They're looking for just the smallest of defects, looking to see if the paper, for instance, that was painted on or written on, is it aged properly? What about the ink? Is this the right type of ink for that time period? They will study this for long periods of time to figure out if this thing right here is in fact genuine or not. The reason why these examiners exist is because these items are usually of high value. The person who is getting ready to purchase this item wants to ensure they say, hey, if I'm going to pay all this for this, if I'm going to go through, maybe stress of the stress of not knowing whether this is real or fake, I want to at least have someone who's professional at recognizing these things, recognizing these forgeries. And in the same way, that applies to people that we deal with in life. You have a lot of phony, forged people that are not genuine. They're fake. They don't have your best interest at heart, but they will pretend. See, just like that forged instrument, it tries to pass, they will try to pass themselves off as genuine. They genuinely care about you, that they actually were there for you for something or called. But if you really look at the details of these people, you'll realize that they really weren't there. They really weren't concerned about you. At the times when you needed them most, they were nowhere to be found. And if you examine the details, and we're talking about the details of their actions, not just flattering words, but what did their actions show? Did they reciprocate things back to you? You loaned them money. You did things for them. You watched their children. Did they reciprocate those things back to you? Did they actually do things that showed that they cared about you? That they were there, that they were in your corner? Did they back you when other people lied on you? Did they stand for you, and did they stand with you during the hardest times of your life? These are the details of how you can examine whether or not a person in your life is a forgery. Because these people that are forgeries, I want you to think of it this way, and how the reason why I'm mentioning this like this and why it's so important is that imagine buying a painting or an item that you thought was ancient, and it was really a forgery, and you spent maximum dollar for it, or maybe you bought it for more, you paid more than it was probably actually worth. You overpaid for it because you really wanted it so bad. And you come to find out that that item was forged. How would that make you feel? How would you feel knowing that you spent your hard-earned money that you saved, and you overpaid for something that was false? That's literally what's going on with people who are not genuine in your life. You're investing into these people. You're giving your energy. You're giving your heart. You're giving your lives to these people. And it's utter devastation. If you spent your life savings on a forged instrument, it would be devastating to know that it was a forgery and there was nothing you can do about it. But how far along will you go with a person who's not genuine, who's really a forgery, who really is trying to pass off as something they're not, who's really not in your corner? How long will you go? How much time, how much energy will you give these people and allow them to continually take and take and take and give very little back? And in the end, when you find out how much of a forgery that they were and how close you let them into your life, it is going to be devastating. And that's why the devil indeed is in the details. Examining your circle, those in your life, knowing who's actually in your corner, who actually has your best interest in mind. These are the people that you want to surround yourself around. not the superficial human beings that come and go. Because an item that is a forgery, that's superficial, is worthless. Although that con man put all that time and energy into trying to pass off a forgery, what is it really worth in the end? Absolutely nothing. The devil, indeed, is in the details. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you on the next one.